Hey, I'm Bianca Santos, and this is World Cup Weekly, soon to be World Cup Daily. Because once the World Cup starts, I'll have so much to talk about. I'll be uploading vlogs pretty much every other day. But until then, I want to give a really quick recap of Group H. After the group of death. Hiccups. You have, in my opinion, the easiest group. Group H: Spain, Switzerland, Chile, Honduras. There isn't much to talk about except for Spain. They were ranked number one for the longest of times. They are Euro champions, so they got knocked down one notch to 2 in favor of Brazil. But they're still considered favorites for the World Cup. But there's always a but. In their recent friendly against Saudi Arabia, who's ranked 66th, they had a run for their money. The Saudis had nothing to prove. They came out, they played their game, and they scored first. Came out of the gate strong, scoring in the 17th minute. Spain came back in the 35th, but in the second half, the Saudis scored again first, and Spain came back and only scored the winning goal in the 90th, or in injury time. That is not a World Cup champions performance against 66th ranked Saudi Arabia. Come on. Well, the coach tries to minimize by saying, you know, they were on vacay, so they were just a little rusty, nothing to worry about. Okay, that's a lot more than rusty. And then the goalie, Casillas, who's, you know, a great goalie, he's like, you know, that official Adidas soccer ball, the Jabalani, whatever it's called. It's horrendous, it's a nightmare, it's unpredictable, you know, it's crazy. Excuses. Anyway, they need to get their act together fast because I take these friendlies serious, especially when they are on the eve of the World Cup. It can point to something that is amiss, you know. Did they give their all? Did they lose their steam? Are they about to choke? It's unlikely in the group stage, but it makes me wonder if they can go all the way. You have Switzerland, who is ranked 24. They just lost their friendly to Uruguay 3-1. So, you know, it's not something to worry about. Then you have Honduras. They're ranked 38. They tied 2-2 to Belarus. Not much to worry about. But the team Spain has to worry about is Chile. They are ranked 15th, but they had an amazing, strong, compelling friendly against Israel, beating them 3-0. And another thing that Chile has in their favor is immense national pride and resiliency. Earlier this year, Chile suffered a terrible, enormous earthquake, and in the rubble, they found an intact Chilean flag, and that is going to serve as a sort of mascot and inspiration for them. They're taking it to the World Cup, putting it at their campus to remind them of all the Chilean people who are using this World Cup as an escape of all of the tragedy that's gone on around them, and to cheer their team on. You know, they're not considered to win the World Cup, but if they get out of the group stage and out of the round of 16, that would be excellent. So Spain definitely has to worry about Chile. So in this group, I'm calling it for Spain and Chile, but you never know which places. Maybe Chile will go first and Spain second. I don't know. But it's pretty much a given that those teams will move out of Group H. Aside from the matches, one of the things I'll be looking forward to the most is catching a glimpse of the rich and beautiful, diverse culture of South Africa. You cannot go to this World Cup and not pick yourself up a MAKARAPA. MAKARAPA is the name of the head adornment, head crown of any serious footy fanatic. It was created by South African Alfred Baloyi back in the late 70s. He took the traditional miner's hat, because in South Africa they have several gold mines and diamond mines, and he took the miner's hat and made it into a 3D vivid design of people's soccer passions in South Africa. It has been a hit in South Africa, and of course it will now be a hit with many fans at the World Cup. Well, Alfred thought it was a good idea to enter into a business venture to create these makarapas on a large scale so that he could share his artwork with the world. He has now trained over 40 employees and gave them secrets of his decades-old art craft, and now he's feeling exploited because they are purportedly selling each helmet for around $20, but Alfred is saying in fact they're selling them for maybe triple the price, and he's not getting a cut or a penny out of any of it. He's actually only getting a salary, if you can believe it, of $1,300 a month, which is around 10,000 rands. It really makes me sad that, you know, he is not being respected and fairly compensated. So if you go to World Cup and you see a beautiful MAKARAPA, I've put a video link here for you to see all of the work and love and tradition that goes into building these works of art. Most of them are unique designs. So think of Alfred when you purchase it and make sure that he is getting fairly compensated. World Cup Weekly will become World Cup Daily very soon, so stay tuned for that. But I also want to keep in touch with you on my Facebook. People have been joining and sharing their, you know, predictions, and I love reading all of them, and I'm really excited to get in touch with you all. So make sure you join me on Facebook. Look for my updates on Twitter, because I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet, but there might be some big surprises for World Cup Daily. And I guess the only hint I can give is that you won't find these updates anywhere else. It will be unique and only on World Cup Daily, so you have to tune in. But I also wanted to introduce one little surprise, was Miss Maddie. Miss Maddie is my little Yorkie. She's 9 years old and she is a Brazil fan. I just bought this little jersey for her today and she's hating it. She can't even bend her arm. But you'll be seeing more of Miss Maddie. She's gonna be my official World Cup Daily mascot. Say bye, Maddie. Bye.